Hey guys, welcome back. I just wanted to do a quick update on my Plexi build from Mojotone. As I was building my amp, I made a mistake, which is gonna happen. I was missing this resistor here for the negative bias voltage, or the negative voltage, excuse me. And that's one of the things you're supposed to check before you put the tubes in. The first time you power it up, you gotta make sure you have negative voltage going into the tube sockets. Because if you don't have any negative voltage, the tubes are gonna overheat. There's nothing stopping the flow, and it's gonna go past its maximum capacity, and it's gonna red plate. So I red plated all the tubes for about maybe 2 to 3 minutes. I don't know, maybe long. I really don't know. I just noticed it. I was like, oh man, I'm red plating. So I believe I damaged one of the tubes, and that is causing some type of fizz noise. It's like what's the word? It's a bad distortion, something that you don't want. So I'm gonna power it up real quick and check the bias so I can show you what happened. One of the tubes just biased like about 10 milliamps below the rest. So let's see if that's true. Let's see if the tube is still doing the same thing. But right now, tubes are warming up. So I'm gonna check plate voltage. Plate voltage is about 460, 458. They should be the same. 455 is fluctuating. And then 456. So the milliamps that should be putting out on each tube should be around 35, and that's a conservative. I'm not gonna do the chart or anything. I'm just gonna do it real quick. So right now I have the 1 ohm resistor to measure milliamps. All right, so this tube right here is doing 31 milliamps. That's pretty cold, but it's good. This one is at 28. This one's also at 28. So this must be the bad one, I see. This one's at 36. So let me check the other ones again. 31, 28, 29, and 36. So it's all over the place. This is like almost 10 milliamps higher than this one over here. So I think, let's see what it sounds like with that discrepancy. That's a big discrepancy here. I think the push-pull gets all whacked out. I don't know the signs of it, but I know from my testing, it doesn't sound good. So let's see. I'm gonna put everything in the middle, bass, middle, treble. And the hum is the light picking up. My guitar's picking up this noise. Bring some presence. Bring it down a little bit. It's just. Okay, I guess it sounds good now. Alright, I'm gonna take out the 2 outside tubes that are right now. It doesn't sound as bad that before. but I don't know what's going on. All right, let's fire back up. I only have the 2 middle tubes in. See if I can hear that slight fizz again. It sounds about the same. I'm gonna try to introduce. I guess the issue is not there anymore, but I'm gonna try to make it. The issue might be intermittent. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the EL34 back in. So okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the EL34L. And on one of them, I'm just gonna put a regular EL34 so you can see what happens when you have a difference in output on each tube. Right now, the difference is not bad enough right now, which is not making the fizz. This tube is hot. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna put this one over here, and I wanna see if I can reproduce that sound I was getting. So this one puts out significantly less than the rest, so we should hear that imbalance. Let's see. And this is not scientific or anything, this is just pure me experimenting with stuff, so I don't know if what I'm doing is correct or not. So and it was like a sound, like it will cut off. When it gets low, you can hear the fizz and then it will cut off. It's not. Let me see. Let me check. Let me check what we got here. Bring the volume now. Oh man. So it was doing all this stuff yesterday, and today it's just sounding good. Let's see. This is the new tube. Or is it it's the other side, sorry. That's 31. That one's 30. And this one's 21. Let's see. Do you hear it? It's like a fizz, but it's making, I don't know how to explain it, but it's making the sound kind of like it's missing some power. It's like it's dying out. The signal is dying. Yeah, I can hear it. It's not always there, but it's getting worse and worse. to the camera, but it sounds horrible. Now let me put back the EL34L and see if I still get it, because right now it's sounding pretty bad. The tube is hot. So I'm gonna put the EL34L back in there. Now this one, the bias was a little lower on this one. We'll see if it's still low. Bring the volumes off. And guys, I'm doing this on the fly, so hopefully, let's see. I'm surprised I haven't been shocked. Alright, so this is the weak tube over here. Or I'm sorry, instead of being weak is above. It keeps climbing. So that one's up to 37. And the rest of the tube is going to be around 30. Yeah, 30, 30, 31. Let's see where this one's at now. 38. It keeps climbing, so I wonder, it sounds good at the beginning, but it starts climbing for some reason. Let's see what it sounds like right now, because it's almost 10 milliamps over. Let's see. Let's see if I'm a liar or not. I can hear the bad distortion. You hear that? It feels like a compression, like a bad compression. The volume goes down when I play harder. I don't know if you can hear it through a camera, but it's terrible. And I guess it takes a minute for it to manifest itself. But anyway, the hum is just my guitar picking up noise from the lights. But it's terrible. Other than that, this amp is pretty quiet and everything. It sounds great when I take those tubes out. But I've been fighting with that fizz for quite a bit, and I am fairly certain that the tubes are the cause of that fizz. So I'm gonna pull out the two outside tubes again, and then do another play. Ow, ow, ow. Don't drop it. I don't recommend grabbing those tubes when they're hot. Alright, let's see what it sounds like now without the two tubes. So now it should be just these two, and they're pretty balanced. Check the bias, make sure they're good. Or how many, let me see how many milliamps we're pushing out. Oh, man. Don't get shocked. So this one's at 36. Let me put it back in there. Okay, so this one's 36. And then this one, 37. That's pretty close. So So 36 and 37 milliamps. So the distortion sounds better and it's not dying out. It's just a little bit quieter because it's not 100 watts anymore. Bring it up a little bit. So it sounds good now, and I just wanted to do this quick video so you can see where I'm at with this. Once I get my new tubes, I'll do another test and make sure everything sounds good. I've looked at this circuit I don't know how many times, so everything is the way it's supposed to be. So many times I looked at it. So it's just something that you can encounter when you're building these amps. For one, I made about 4 mistakes. I was missing this resistor, which made me replay my amp. That's why you want to do your test before putting tubes in. It's very imperative that you check, make sure you have negative voltage going into your tubes, or you're going to replay them. Then this resistor, this 820, for some reason I put it over here, and then the 15K I had it over here, which is not a big deal, and I was still able to bias, but I swapped it. For some reason I swapped it. I was checking I was checking each resistor, make sure I had the right value in it, and I did mix one of them up, but it wasn't a big deal. The big issue pretty much is if you don't have a good set of power tubes, the sound is not going to be good. If they're not putting out the same amount of watts or milliamps, then your sound is going to be off, because they do push and pull. And if one side is pulling more than the other, then you're going to get some weird distortion. I don't know, maybe it'll sound good for some people, but I didn't like the sound it was producing. It sounded like it was struggling, and it didn't sound right. So it's just something I learned while building this. If you can give me some insight in the comments below, that would be great, because what I'm doing is just my own experiments and information that I'm learning on my own. I did do some research online for people having the same issue, and I couldn't find anything. I looked for fizz troubleshooting on the forums, and I spent some time there looking for stuff. People had other different issues that will cause that. Maybe a weak solder joint, which I was looking everywhere, and I found one of them was weak, but it wasn't causing an issue. But one of my first gain stage had one of the joints was loose, because if you move if you tap on the cable and the thing moves without, you can tell it's loose. So that's how you check. Just go around, check every joint, make sure it's there. I have forgotten to solder one component on here also, but just you gotta check and look. So I just wanted to make this video to update you guys on the build. I have a lot of footage of me putting it together, which I will put that video together and put it out. I just wanted to finish it up before putting the video out. So I guess I'll do the time lapse of the build, and then we'll do a little sound test. But until I get my tubes, I don't want to do a sound test. I want to make sure I got everything good to go so I can do the sound test. Well, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks again for watching. If you want to see more, just subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate y'all for being here and listening to me. And if you can provide some information, that'd be great. I greatly appreciate any comments that you guys put up, and any information that can help me for the next build or to learn. That's my point of this channel, is just learning and experimenting, having fun. I love doing this stuff, and I love learning. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.